Good evening everybody and welcome back. My name is Debbie and I am Debbie's Crafty Hands. Today I'm going to doing some fabric clusters. Now the ones I do are quite tiny, but you can do them as big or as small as you like depending on your project you're doing them for. I do them to sell in my Etsy shop, so I do them small because then they're nice for people to use on small projects like cards and things like that. So let's zoom you in and get you in the screen. Okay, so normally I do 3 to 4 layers depending on how it looks. So I've got a little bit of brown canvas, I've got a little bit of plastic from the outside. I can't remember if it's onions or some vegetable plastic packaging, which gives beautiful texture by the way, so that's a really handy thing to have around, and they come in all sorts of lovely colours. You can also use old bath puffs, which are really good to give texture, and a little bit of my mum's old curtain. Shh, don't tell her. And then I pop a button on. So, and I try and do them at quite jaunty angles so that they look nice. Now this button tin, I'll bring it in a little bit so you can see it nicely, was my nan's button tin, and when she passed a little while ago I inherited it. I asked her while she was still around if she could bequeath it to me so no one else run off with them, and it's an absolute treasure, and it just reminds me of her. Every time I go to get my buttons I think of my nan, so it's a lovely thing, you know, when I'm crafting, to do that. Right, I'm going to try and pick out a button that would look nice on this particular layout. Now I think that needs a little bit more, so maybe I could put a bit of ribbon on it perhaps, just to mark it up. What we're thinking, yeah, gives it a little bit more texture. Hang on, let's zoom you in a bit more because you're way out. So what I do then is I have some, to the side of me I have some ready prepared threads, and I will stitch through everything with through the button, so it just holds it all together. Sometimes I will lay a few out and then I'll stitch them all separately, but I shall only be making a few, so I'll do this one and then we can review what we've done at the end of the video. So this is my second video. I'm not going to keep count, but first couple I will, just to let you know I'm still quite new to the videoing business. I've been crafting for some time now, but I haven't been on YouTube previously. I've done a couple of videos on Facebook under the Debbie's Crafty Hands channel, Facebook channel, sort of live streams, but this is the sort of second YouTube I've done. I'm do other crafting as well. I do crochet, I knit, I make some jewellery, basic stuff, but I enjoy it and I find it very therapeutic and relaxing. My job is I'm a healthcare assistant at a local hospice, so I am it can be quite a challenging job, although I do enjoy it, and I find it quite rewarding. But you do have to have something at the end of the day to relax and unwind, and that's my crafting. So here we go. Oh, let's find you. That's the first one done. I'll put that to one side. What colour should we go for next? Let's see. I have a whole great bundle of loveliness here, which to pick from. Let's have a go at this ribbon. This ribbon looks nice. So we'll see if I think I said earlier that I tend to make my clusters small. I do tend to make them roughly an inch, sometimes slightly more, and I like using odd shaped fabric, like with jaggy edges and things like that, so that it just gives it more texture and flow. So that could be a base, and then we go over the top with that one. Let's see, I even got labels for my old clothes. Didn't see the size, I put my finger over the top of it. Alright, what have we got here? Oh, we've got some more, I think this is buff puff netting, but it makes beautiful texture, it really does. And you can tie it in a knot to make a bow. Put some more fabric on the top of it. Thank you. My technical man's just made me a lovely cup of tea. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you, technical man. He's shy, bless him. Put that one there. Oh, stuck to my finger. That one there. That one there. And our little makeshift bow in the middle. Then we'll find a little button to go on that, because I don't want to take the character away. Let's see, what about that one? Nice plain white one. What do we reckon? Does that look alright, technical guy? I think. Nice layers. I'm going to come in with some cream cotton this time. I used brown last time. I just thread up a few different colours to keep me going, and just work through what I've got in my pile. Sometimes I tend to gravitate towards beiges and greys and browns, and sometimes I go to the brighter colours. We'll do a bright one next, shall we? That'll be fun. And I just literally do a couple of loops through, because it's not going to go, hopefully not going to be pulled around too much, and it's just going to be glued to something, so it doesn't need to be sort of super tight as if it's going onto a garment or something. Well, it might go onto a garment, but I doubt it. I make them to go on cards in I'm trying to, let me just cast off here and I'll show you where I put them on a card potentially. Bear with me. Bear with me, caller. I'll be straight back with you. Just have to reach behind me and find my example, which has conveniently hidden itself. We'll talk amongst yourselves, as Gail would say. Where the heck did that go? It's here somewhere. Aha. So, say for instance, it's not the exactly the right colour, so it's not too bad. I would possibly put a cluster at the top here, just to bring out the colours. So maybe that beige could be come down slightly so we don't miss that butterfly, but maybe the beige could be in a pale pink. The green's quite a nice tone, so if you constitute that creamy colour for the pink, although it does go quite nicely, so you get the idea. Or you could put it at the top here. It depends on your style of card. Put it on the top of a picture frame maybe, just to accent the picture frame if you're framing your card. People use them in scrapbooks. You could potentially even use them as a brooch. If you wanted to make your own brooch to match a particular outfit, that would be fun. But you'd have to secure the button a little bit more and maybe tie a pin, sew a pin to the back of it. Now I'm just doing my knot ready for my next example. Right, we've done the browns, done the creams. Let's go for some green. Let's do a bit of green. So I use various things, fabric wise, cut up old garments, bits of ribbon, ribbon that come off of packets of chocolates. This green particularly is a sample that I got from a furniture samples. This bit was an old bit of bedding. This is an old belt that came out of a pair of pajamas, I believe. So I get it from all over the place really, and it's amazing how long it lasts because you only need a tiny little bit of it each time. So that's really good. And where you see it's let's just zoom in so I can show you. Oh, it disappeared. Okay. Can we get a picture of the little holes down the side here? You see the little holes down the side here. That's where it's been sewn, and you can make a feature out of that if you wanted to. You see it better now? Oh, wrong side. Sorry about this, I'm still getting used to the angle of the camera. Yeah, there we go, you can see the holes now. It's a green on green tone, so it's a bit tricky to... Now this is, I'm laughing to myself, a bit of knicker elastic. Why not? When they wear out, why not use the elastic? Everything's prey as far as I'm concerned. Everything's a crafting material until proven otherwise. That's my motto, and I stand by it. Huh? Until material could be made into wine. Did you say? Oh, I see. My technical guy's in the background in case you're wondering who I'm talking to. Say hi to everyone.
Hi to everyone.
As I said, he's shy. He's a shy boy.
I was saying, you're saying that every crafting material can be turned, everything can be turned into a crafting material.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as my dad's concerned, every material can be turned into wine, and that's how to prove otherwise.
Well, every type of food.
Well, not necessarily. What we call oak bark food, you can make wine out of it.
Wow, that's clever. Maybe we should have him a guest on the show to talk through.
Yeah, maybe.
That'll be fun. I'm thinking of inviting various guests onto the show to, or to the channel, I should say, show. Look at me, second video, and I'm in show business already. Right, what one should we have for this? I think we need a darker green to bring out the tones in here. Just arrange it nicely so I can. Ooh, what have we got here? Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, I like the tone on that one. Stack that up. Just going to pull you back a bit. Oh, Mr. Technical Guy's got me a bit close there. Don't want me up too close and personal. I might frighten the living daylights out of you. Okay, let's see. This one's a little bit bigger because it's more fanned out, but it, you know, they're very organic. You can just sort of play around until you're happy with your layout, basically. And they go quite fast as well. I'll sit here for a little while, just sort of fluffing about with them. So what other unusual things do I, well, mention my mother's net curtains. Shh, she doesn't know.
She won't know.
Yes, she'll find out when she watches. Knicker elastic. That's the curtain. That's the culprit. Quite often, if you go to charity shops or that type of place, you can pick up a lot of scrap fabrics or rags. You know, clothing that's seen better days. And an item of clothing can last you for ages. If you get something that's multicoloured, then you've got different colours as well, so that's worth thinking about. You can use the little, even if it's a pattern, you can use the colours going into each other and then use the colours going out of each other, so to speak. So you can have it in an array of colours. Like this has got the greens and the darkers, and then it comes into the pinks and the whites, so you know you've got a variety of colours on that piece of fabric. This one, for instance, you've got the oranges and the greens, so you know you can cut accordingly. This one's nice, got purples, and it's got pinks, and it's got green, so you could, you know, get different tones and different shades from one piece of one garment. This is the waistband of an old pair of pyjamas. So do some pink and some purple. Just cut this a little bit, bear with me. My sewing scissors, never use for paper, terrible taboo. They're only used for fabric. And then my, if you use it for paper, if you're unaware, it can blunt the scissors and then you won't be able to cut your fabric so neatly. It's not, no, it's not so nice. So I have a bit of wonky cut purple there and a bit of wonky cut pink. So shall we stack these two together going alongside each other? So I'm looking for purples and I'm looking for pinks. Well, there's a bit of pink, we can use that. I cut from that end because that end is a bit chunkier and I'd have to unpick that end just to make it a bit flatter, otherwise it might be a bit heavy. So we've got a bit of pink on there. Let's see. Have a little rummage. Turn the pile round to see what we got. Oh, we've got a bit of purple here. Nice dark bit of purple can come across there. And a little light bit of purple. Or lilac, I suppose you could call that. Pick it up. No fingernails. Something bumpy underneath that bit. That's better. Okay. So we want another little bit of pink, don't we? Is that the right? Ooh, that's not the same pink, but it is the same pink as on the corner here. So we could probably get away with that, sort of toning it in. Especially we have a sort of a darker pink button on the top and then it will layer it nicely. This one, we need a bit of Mother's Curtain. Where's Mother's Curtain gone? Need a bit of Mother's Curtain on that just to give it a bit more texture because it's a bit samey. Yeah, that's better. Give it a little bit of texture on that one. So let's have a look, see the buttons. Bring the buttons in. Don't you just love the sound of buttons running through your fingers and the crunchiness of them? Oh, oh. Well, that's for another video. Let me see. Give them a little stir up at the top so that they can now that button's quite nice on that one, gives a slightly different tone to it. And let me see, for the pinks, I mean, you could be bold and use a bigger button. I don't know that, no, see, that one doesn't stand out for me. That button sort of blends in too much. I like my buttons to make everything pop. So let's have another look. They need to be quite flat. That might be okay, but I think that's a little bit small. So we'll try that one. What do we think? A little bit small?
I lost you.
I lost me. Hear me. That's a bit thick, that one. That's quite a chunky one. I thought maybe this one. Although it's got red tones to it, it's got the burgundy look. Does that look too big? We have to audition the buttons, you see, and make sure it's the right one, because if it's the wrong one, there's a lot of unpicking to do. So, possibly. Don't know if that might be too big. No, that's too. See the red? The red's that was burgundy one. Needs to be more burgundy than red.
Oh.
That one might be fun. Quite a big one, but no, it just drowns it out. It's too big.
I mean, not for that, but
That's a nice button. Yeah,
it's just a nice button, that one. I'm sure that one off. Bring it up a bit more. See a bit like button gone? There it is.
I'm being guided in the wrong direction here.
Just nearly go anywhere.
That's got a nice shimmer to it, hasn't it? Nice. That's it. We got it. Pearlized shimmer to it.
Oh, that one's nice.
The one buttons that I don't necessarily like to use are the shank buttons. The ones that have got the little knobble on them. Purely because they are more difficult to sew on. That's the only reason. But they're quite nice if you cut the shanks off and then you can glue them onto things, other projects. Oh, you might have found a winner. Oh yes, winner chicken dinner. These auditioned, but these failed the audition. Come back later, another day. You'll find your place. Right, okay. You can all go back in the box and wait your turn for next time. Right, where did I put my thread? I ask myself. And is it tangled up in amongst all this loveliness here? On the light? On the light, he says. Oh, that thread. No, that's the... I was looking for the cream one, not the brown one. Ooh. And there it is. No, it's not. It's a thread, but it's not the one I'm after. Oh dear. What have I done with it? I've lost the thread. I've lost my thread. Where'd it go?
George. You got your George in there somewhere?
Fred, George, Harry. I don't know. It's all gone. Right. Well, to save time, I will use the brown, but normally I would try and use a creamy colour. I don't know what I've done with it. Yeah, I just used it on the other one.
Over?
Hmm?
It's right in front of you.
No, that's the cotton. The actual threaded bit I was looking for. Yes. Okay. Right. This button's slippery. It keeps jumping off. Goodness me. Who knew making clusters was so exciting, eh? Losing threads and buttons jumping away from you. I don't know. I just had to start that off close to me so that I can see where I'm aiming the needle. This one's only a 2-hole button, so it's a little bit quicker. Now, give everything a little bit of a tug just to make sure it's all secure. If not, you could always come up and do another little stitch beside it just to make sure everything's secure. So just a little stitch underneath, just to make sure it's all secure. That one. I'll trim that off. Okay. And one more. Right, let's line them up all nicely. Push this back out the way so we can see things properly. I'll no doubt prick my finger on the needle when I'm... No, that one's not connected yet. Don't be pushing that one yet. There it is. Not connected yet. Right, so this one's got some... picks up the tones in thing. The brown and the beige. It just picks up the tones in the pinks, which is quite nice. Well chosen. I'm not sure about this following me round business because it's difficult to find me. I'm not moved, honest.
tried it for this video. We'll probably go back to doing it.
Oh. We are still learning, so after about the 10th video we might actually get the hang of it, you never know. So laugh with us, not at us, and we'll be happy.
Happy as Larry.
Oh, Larry's there as well, is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fred,
Goodness.
George,
Fred,
Harry,
George, Harry, oh,
and Larry.
and Larry. Oh, lots here. Wow. And here we go. Have we got time for any more? Oh, so these are our little quartet of clusters. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll be really grateful if you can do that for me. Hope you've enjoyed this little episode. Much love. Bye bye everyone.